Find whatever comfortable position works best for you. So you can stretch your legs out nice and long if you'd like. You can bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees fall out wide apart. Or you can bring your feet flat onto the floor and just lean your knees in on one another. So you decide how you'd like to settle into the space. And start to take a full breath in through the nose. Let it go out of the mouth. And just feel the breath move all the way through the front of the body. And then feel it move all the way through the back of your body. And just notice the qualities of your inhales and your exhales. Not trying to force or change anything in particular, just allowing your breath to be natural, the rhythm to be natural. Maybe you feel your belly expand. Maybe you feel the sides of the ribs expand with your breath. And maybe you feel it move all the way up into your chest. Feel it in the belly, the sides of the ribs, and all the way up into the chest. And with every breath out, see if there's something in the body that you can soften. And there's no agenda tonight. Allow yourself to move, to breathe, to create space in any way that feels the best for you. If there is a personal intention that you would like to set, now's a great time to incorporate that and hold it in your mind. Could be a word, could be a mantra, a phrase, a feeling, maybe even a dedication. And then whatever it is, just infuse that intention with your breath. So we'll be finding slow melodic movements tonight. Again, just moving at your own pace, honoring your body. Feeling into each breath, into each shape that you make with your body. And then wherever you are, go ahead and lean over and start to hit play on your playlist. And once you've done that, and you're nice and settled back in, start to stretch your legs out nice and long. Reach your arms up and over your head. Take a nice full body stretch here, spreading fingers, spreading toes, pressing everything into the earth. And then on your next exhale breath, drawing your knees in towards your chest one at a time. Give them a squeeze, rock from side to side. And then maybe as you rock, maybe the head moves in the direction of your knees. And then settle your feet back down to your mat. Take your arms out into a T shape or cactus the arms. Shift the hips over to the left side of your mat. Drop your knees out to the right. Just take a nice spinal twist here. So stacking knees, stacking hips, gaze can turn out over left fingers. Feeling any release in the low back. Continue to find that breath. Maybe send it into parts of the body that might need a little bit of extra attention. Take another full inhale here. And another full exhale. Take it out of the mouth. Let it go. Bring yourself back to center. Separating your feet as wide as your mat. Maybe reach your arms up and overhead. And just take a few windshield wipers from side to side. Again, maybe feeling into the low back, maybe getting some stretch into the outer hips, inner thighs. And then start to shift your hips over to the right side of the mat. Drop your knees out to the left, cactus or T-shape your arms. Stacking knees, stacking hips. You feel a little release in the back. Gaze can be out to the right. Or if it doesn't feel good in the neck, you can have your gaze up towards the sky. Continue to find those nice breaths in through the nose, maybe out through the mouth. And then allow yourself to come back to center. Find those windshield wiper motions with the legs. Again, maybe reaching arms up and overhead. And then whenever you're ready, just rolling over onto one side, doesn't matter which. Just curling yourself up. Take a moment to pause here. And then press yourself up. Come up onto all fours, tabletop at the front of your mat. Once you arrive here, find some movements, free form, your breath, your movement, very intuitive. Notice how your body wants to move. So you can move side to side. You could take circles with the body. Maybe you drop chin to chest. Whatever the movements are, they could be fast, they could be slow. Noticing your breath. Maybe you're lingering into one spot in particular. Maybe let your eyes soften close here as you breathe into every space. And then press into the tops of the feet and just start to sit back onto your heels. Take your palms face up into your lap. And sit up as nice and tall as you can, dropping shoulders down the back. Just taking another moment here to be in this space, this time that you've carved out for yourself. And then come back onto all fours. If you had blocks or you had books, go ahead and have them set up on either side of your mat, just to have them ready to go. And then from here, root down through the hands. Start to walk the knees towards the back of your mat. Tucking your toes under, pressing your hips back towards your heels. Find this active child's pose. This is the shape that we will take anytime you hear that. And maybe just rocking side to side. And then press down through your hands on your inhale, rounding through the upper back, pressing upper back up towards the sky like cat. And then on your exhale, arcing through the spine like cow, sending your hips back towards your heels. Waving cat and cows. Inhale to round forward. Exhale to draw it back. Take that a few more times on your own. Starting to flow with your breath. Take another inhale here. Exhale, maybe draw back. Next time you round forward, draw your right knee in towards center point of the mat. You're going to take your right toes, you're going to spin them out to the right. Roll to the inside of your left foot and then windmill yourself up for gate pose. Bring your left hand down your left leg. Right arm is going to reach up and over. We're going to take it over to the other side, so to the right, right fingertips to the floor or to a block or a book. Left arm sweeps up and over. Take it to the left, once again, moving with your breath. Find your rhythm, find your dance. Take it over to the right. And bring left hand down to meet right. Shimmy yourself back into that active child's pose. Taking a few of those waving cat and cows. Let the movements be yours. Let this practice be yours. Next time you're coming forward, drawing that left knee in towards center point, spinning those left toes out to the left, roll to the inside of your right foot, windmill up for gate pose, right hand down, right leg, left arm sweeps up and over. Nice, left fingertips to the floor, maybe to a block or to a book, or right arm reaches up. Take it up and over to the right. Back over to the left. Right hand down, make your way back, active child's pose. Find those waving cat and cow. And find what moves you, what gets you moving here. Next time you round forward, come a little bit past your wrists, coming into a knee down plank pose. Press down through the palms, pull those elbows close into the side of the body, feel a little engagement in the belly. And then on your exhale, just lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Press into the tops of the feet, press into your hands, rolling shoulders up and back as you lift up, baby cobra. And then exhale, take it down. Let's find two more of those, moving with your breath. And pressing into big toe all the way to pinky toe. Next time you come up, tucking toes, lifting up and back into your first downward facing dog. Bending into the knees, pedaling out the legs, finding whatever movement here feels good. Again, no rush, pressing down through the hands, down and forward, lifting that tailbone up towards the sky. And then everyone come to stillness for a breath. Full inhale through the nose, sighing it out of the mouth. Bend into your knees super generously, gaze forward, and find your way to the top of your mat. Maybe walk, maybe step, maybe hop, and allow yourself to drop and fold. Maybe sway from side to side, maybe catch opposite hand, opposite elbow, ragdoll grip. Your head and your neck release. If you had the ragdoll grip, go ahead and switch the crossing of the arms. Bend generously into your knees. Start to roll up to stand, reaching those arms high as you come up. And then bring your hands down by your side. Find that mountain pose. Lift and spread the toes. Rolling shoulders forward, up and back. Bring your chin towards your chest. Left ear to left shoulder. Back to center, right ear to right shoulder. Back to center. Again, roll shoulders back. Let's open those arms out wide, T-shape, squeezing shoulder blades together. And then on your exhale, press and round through the upper back. Bring your fingertips to touch. Inhale to open those arms out wide. Again, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale to press and round. Maybe bring your chin towards your chest as you do so. Inhale, open, arms wide. Exhale to press and round. Do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale to press and round. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Take it all the way down, forward fold. Find length halfway, flat back. Maybe bring hands to shins or to the tops of your thighs. Palms plant to the floor. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Lower your right knee down. Rise up into this low lunge. Arms float to the sky. On your exhale, twist open to the left. Right arm forward, left arm back. Sweep your left arm down, forward and back up. Inhale. Exhale, take it over to the right. Wide arm twist. Right arm down, forward and back up. One more time on each side. Your breath, your movements. Beautiful. Hands to the floor on your next exhale. Slide left knee back to meet right. One cat-cow, pressing down through your hands. Inhale. Exhale, round it out. Knees towards the back of the mat. Find that active child's pose. Round forward, hands and knees. Press upper back up towards the sky. Exhale, take it back. Find those waving cat-cows. Next time you round forward, right knee towards center point. Roll those right toes out to the right. Left foot to the inner left foot to reach it up and over for your gate pose. Left hand down, left leg, right arm reaches up and over. Just like we did in the beginning. Right fingertips to the floor, left arm sweeps up and over. Take it over to the left one more time. Right fingertips to the floor. This time, pause. Take those right toes, maybe turn them towards the back of the mat. Root down through your right palm. Let your left leg float up. A little modified balanced half moon. Left arm floats to the sky. Take a full breath. Lift that left knee up high. Big breath in. And then on your exhale, you're going to step this left foot to the front of your mat in 3, 2, 1. Landing in a twist. Right fingertips off to the right. Left arm floats up towards the sky. Twist it open wide. Bring both hands back down to the ground. Tuck toes under. Lift that back knee and step right foot to meet left at the front of your mat. Find a halfway lift. And exhale, let it go, release. Root to rise all the way up. Reach it up. Hands by your side, mountain pose. Take a breath. And take those arms out wide into that T-shape. Squeeze shoulders. Exhale to press and round. Bring fingertips to touch. Inhale, float those arms up. And exhale, swan dive. Take it all the way down. Find length halfway, flat back. Hands to the floor. Step that left foot to the back of the mat. Lower that left knee down. Rise up, inhale. Wide arm twist to the right. Right arm back, left arm forward. Sweeping right arm down and up. Take it over to the left. Back up through center. One more time on each side. Your breath, your movements. Back up through center. Inhale. Next, exhale, hands to the floor, slide right knee back to meet left, tabletop, take 1 cat-cow, inhale. Exhale, round it out. Knees towards the back of the mat, take a few of those waving cat-cows. Left knee forward, make your way into gate pose. Up and over to the left. And take it up and over to the right. Left fingertips down. Take a moment to pause. Turn those left toes towards the back of the mat. Give yourself a little bit more balance. Root down through left palm. Start to float your right leg up. Right arm floats. Balanced, half moon. Bend into your right knee. Lift it high. Big breath. Exhale, slow step to the front of the mat in 3, 2, and 1. Let it land. Left fingertips way off to the side of the mat. Right arm floats up. Twist. Nice. Bring the hands to the floor. Tuck the back toes under. Lift up and step. Left foot to meet right at the front of your mat. Find length halfway. Flat back. Exhale. Let it go. Root to rise all the way up. Reach up. And then arms down by your side. Mountain pose. Super strong through the legs. Lift and spread the toes. Take the arms out wide, squeeze shoulder blades together. Exhale to press and round. Inhale, arms float to the sky. This time, bring the palms together, drop them down towards the heart as you settle the hips back into chair pose. Again, heels heavy, toes light, so lift and spread your toes. Engage through your belly, lift up through the chest. And then on your exhale, bring your chest towards your thighs, reach your arms, let them wave to the back. Rising all the way up, inhale, arms float, extended mountain. Exhale, swan dive, take it all the way down. Half lift. Hands to the floor, right foot to the back of the mat. Lower that right knee down. Rise up, low crescent lunge. Wide open twist to the left. Left arm back, right arm forward. Sweep it down, take it up towards the sky. Take it over to the right. Nice job, guys. Inhale, sweep it up towards center, and then take this over one more time on each side, your breath, your movements. Beautiful job. Bring the hands to the floor. Slide left knee back to meet right. Take one cat-cow. Inhale. Arcing through the spine, sending it up and back. Take the right leg back, left leg back. Find plank pose, top of a push-up. Root down through the palms. Pause here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shifting hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Maybe audible exhale. Right leg reaches up and back. Exhale, coil right knee in towards your belly and then lower it to the floor. Spin those right toes out to the right. Open this up, gate pose. This time, bring your right hand to the floor and open up, balanced half moon. Bend into your left knee, lift it high, full breath. Exhale, slow step to the front of the mat. 3, 2, 1. Take it open for that twist. Right fingertips out to the right, left arm floats up. Bring both hands to the floor or use those blocks or books that you might have for support. Tuck the back toes under, lift that back knee up, and then start to shift the hips towards the back of your mat. You're going to work this left leg towards straight. This doesn't have to be perfectly straight. So just start to feel a little space getting created in the back of the left hamstring. And keep your back flat for these few breaths. Maybe you allow your eyes to drift closed. Take another breath or two. And then from here, re-bend into that left leg, gaze forward, lift up high onto the ball of that back foot and step right foot to meet left at the front of your mat. Find a half lift, inhale. Exhale, let it go. And the knees, sink the hips, chair pose, palms at the heart or take them up and alongside your ears. Chest to thighs, reach it back. Rise all the way up. Inhale, float those arms up, extended mountain. And exhale, drop the arms by your side. Full mountain pose. Take the arms out wide. Once again, T-shaped squeeze shoulder blades. Exhale to press and round, chin to chest. Inhale, float. Arms to the sky. And exhale, settle it back. Chair pose. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, chest to thighs. Sway those arms to the back of the mat. Inhale all the way up to stand. Find that extended mountain once again, nice and long through the whole body. Exhale, swan dive. Take it all the way down. Find length halfway, flat back. And then hands to the floor. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Lower that left knee. Rise up, low lunge. Open it up to the right. Right arm down, forward and up. Twist it open to the left. One more time, each side. Your breath. Next time you inhale, arms float to the sky. Exhale, palms to the floor. Slide it back, all fours, tabletop. Take a cat-cow. Inhale, arcing through the spine, dropping the belly. Exhale to press and round, upper back up towards the sky. Back to neutral as you send that left leg back and then right leg. Find plank pose. Pause for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shifting hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. Left leg floats up towards the sky. Exhale, coil left knee in towards your belly and lower it to the floor. Peel open into your gate pose. Right hand down, right leg. Left arm floats up and over. Take it over to the left. And then find that balanced half moon. Right leg floats. Bend into your right knee. Lift it high. Slow step to the front of the mat. 3, 2, 1. Find that open twist. Left fingertips out. Right arm up. And then bring your hands to the floor or to those blocks. Find that modified pyramid pose. Tuck toes under, lift up. Drawing hips back. Right leg works straight. Nice flat back here. Take a moment, couple of breaths. Find space in the back of the right leg. Maybe you feel that left hip draw forward, right hip draws back. Rebend into your right leg, gaze forward. Lift up high onto the ball, that back foot and step, left foot to meet right at the front of your mat. Find length halfway. Exhale, let it go. Bend the knees, sink the hips, your chair pose. Chest to thighs, reach it back. Rise all the way up, inhale. Arms by your side, mountain pose. Take a breath. Maybe sigh it out of the mouth. Let something soften. Bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose. Fold it forward. Fingertips to the floor. Find a half lift, inhale. Hands to the floor, use your blocks. Right foot steps back. Stay up on the ball of that back foot, low runner's lunge. Take a moment to calibrate into this shape. Root down through left big toe, maybe gaze forward. And then we'll find a little flow. So starting to straighten that left leg, pressing hips towards the back of the mat. Allow yourself to fold and let go. Inhale to rebend, gaze forward. Exhale to draw back. Start to find your breath, your movement. There's no right or wrong. Next time you rebend, take a moment to pause here and then roll to the inside of that right foot. You can move those blocks out of the way. Start to windmill yourself up into warrior two. Reaching out with those fingertips, dropping shoulders. Root down through left big toe. Press out through the knife edge of that back foot. Allow yourself to sink and settle. Maybe close your eyes for a breath or two. Feel shoulders soften down the back. And then flip your left palm. Let's take this up and over, reverse it. So keep bending into that left leg as you take this up and over. And then right through into side angle pose. Left elbow comes to the top of the left thigh. Right arm floats up and over that right ear. We're going to dance this back and forth. Take it up and back, reverse. Start to find your breath, your flow. Nice. Next time you come into side angle, pause. And then pivot back to the front of the mat, right fingertips to the inside of your left foot or to a block, twist open, squeeze inner thighs towards one another. And then bring the hands to the ground, step it back into downward facing dog. Take a breath. Maybe let it go. Let's ripple the body forward into plank pose. And then bend your knees like you're going to lower them to the floor and shift your hips up and back, down dog. So you're going to find that a few times, little spine ripples. Roll forward, plank pose. Knees to the ground, untuck the toes, and lower to your belly. Finding finger stand cobra here, so climb up onto finger pads. Send your elbows up towards the sky, root down through big toe all the way to pinky toe, and climb up the spine, wave up. Exhale, take it down. Twice more on your own. Next time you lower, palms underneath the shoulders, tuck toes, lift up and draw it back, downward dog. Your right leg sweeps up and back. Exhale, coil it in towards your chest as you lower the right knee to the floor. Open this up, gate pose. Modified, balanced half moon. Bend into your left knee, just step it to the front of the mat, no counting this time. Take that wide arm twist, right fingertips out to the right, left arm floats, open it up. Hands to the ground or to your blocks, tuck back toes, lift up, draw back, modified pyramid pose, allow yourself to fold over. Rebend into left leg, gaze forward. Exhale, draw back, find a little flow here. Next time you breathe in, rebend into that left leg. Lift up high onto the ball, that back foot step. Right foot to meet left. You find a half lift, inhale. Soften and fold on the exhale. Root to rise all the way up to stand, reach it up. Hands by your side, mountain pose. Bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose. Fold it forward, exhale. Find length halfway, flat back. Hands to the ground or to your props, the left foot to the back. Find that low runner's lunge. Take a moment, pause here, reach heart forward, reach gaze forward. And then start to find that flow. So shifting hips to the back, right leg works straight. Go ahead and keep bending into that right knee. Exhale to pull it back. Rebend, find your flow. Keep moving with your breath. Rebend into that right leg, gaze forward. And then roll to the inside of your left foot. Move your blocks out of the way and cartwheel your hands up and around, warrior two. Gazing out over your right fingers, take a moment to pause and settle in. And then flip your right palm, take it up and over, reverse. Right into side angle pose, right elbow to the top of the right thigh, left arm sweeps up and over. Start to find those dancing warriors. Move with your breath. Next time you come into side angle, pause. Left fingertips down, twist it open to the right. Right arm floats to the sky. Squeeze inner thighs together. Bring both hands to the ground, step it back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. And then roll it forward into plank pose. And then find those little spine ripples. Again, your breath, your movements. Next time you roll forward plank pose, pause. Knees up or down, lower to your belly. Let's find that finger stand cobra, pressing into the tops of the feet, climbing up onto fingertips and rise up, inhale. Exhale, wave it down. Twice more on your own. Next time you come down, tuck toes, lift up and draw back, downward dog. Left leg reaches up and back. And exhale, coil it in towards your belly, lower it to the floor. Open this up, gate pose, right hand down the right leg, left arm floats to the sky and over. Find that modified balanced half moon. Bend into your right knee, lift it high, slow step to the front of the mat. Twist it open, right arm floats to the sky. Hands to the floor, to your blocks. Find that little pyramid flow. And you bend back into your right leg, gaze forward, and step to the front of your mat. Find a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to wave it down and fold. Bend into the knees, root to rise all the way up, reach it up. And then hands right down through to heart center. Take a moment, pause. Drop arms by your side. Take a few breaths in and a few breaths out. And then from here, turn over to the right. So you're going to face the long edge of your mat. Separate your feet super wide apart. Maybe take a block with you. And then press into the outer edges of your feet. Take a full inhale, float the arms to the sky. And then exhale, swan dive. Take it all the way down, wide-legged forward fold. Maybe hands come underneath the shoulders. Maybe they tent out in front of you. Whatever it is, just take a breath or two in the shape. And then bring your right hand underneath your chest onto the floor or onto a block. You're going to sweep your left arm up towards the sky. Any amount. Big breath. On your exhale, you're going to snake this left arm up underneath the right, reaching towards the back of the mat. Inhale, open up to the left. Exhale, sweep it through to the back of the mat. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach. Really let that left shoulder dive down towards the floor. Inhale, open. And then bring both hands to the floor. Maybe move that block or book out of the way. Tent into the fingertips. Let's find a half lift. Inhale. Exhale, let it come down. Twice more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Bring your heels in, toes out. Just bend into the knees a few times. Bend and straighten. And then turn your toes back towards the long edge of the mat, parallel to the front and back edges of your mat. Left hand to the floor underneath your chest or to that block. Your right arm sweeps up towards the sky. Big breath. Exhale, snake it up underneath the left arm. Reach it through. This time towards the front of the mat. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach it through. I apologize for the noise outside. Reach that right arm to the sky. And then exhale over underneath. One more time to peel open, right arm to the sky. And bring hands to the floor. Find those half lifts. Inhale. Exhale. Two more on your own. Hands to the ground, heels in, toes out. Just bend generously. Bend and straighten. And then keep the toes pointing out towards the corners of the mat. Climb up all the way up to stand. Reach those arms out. You're making a giant X with your body. Spread fingers. And then exhale. Hands down. Heel toe, your feet together. Just jump or step back to the front of your mat. And then find your mountain pose. Once again, lift and spread the toes. Just take a moment to pause here. Bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose. And exhale, fold forward. Find length halfway, flat back. And then exhale, plant the palms. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Let's rise up into high lunge this time. Arms float to the sky. Big inhale. Big exhale, let yourself settle back in. And then take those arms out wide, T-shape, just like we did in the beginning. Exhale to press and round, upper back, fingertips touch. Inhale, arms float to the sky. And then exhale, open this up, warrior two. Flipping left palm, take it up and over, reverse. Left elbow to the top of the left thigh, side angle pose. And then bring that right hand down towards that left foot. Sweep it up and back to the sky. So you're taking giant circles with this right arm. Open it up. Side angle pose. Take it up and back. This time straightening into your left leg. Left arm floats up and over. Bring your hands back out to that T shape. This time sending your hips towards the back of the mat, reaching towards the front. And then allowing that left hand to come to the floor, maybe to a block, calf, or your shin. triangle pose. Maybe taking your hand to your waist, just opening the body up towards the right side of the mat, and then letting that arm float to the sky. Rooting down through left big toe, really opening up, triangle pose. And then from here, we're gonna come into that full balanced half moon. So I'm gonna walk myself back a little bit because I need a little bit more space. But you can take your fingertips off to the left outside corner of your mat. You can use your block or your book, anything that you want to use for balance. You're going to bring your right hand to your right waist, bend into that left knee, and then kick off of that back foot and let it float up. Maybe that right arm comes up towards the sky as well, peeling the body open, rolling to the right. Take a breath here. And then slowly start to make your way. Turn the body down and you land in a forward fold at the front of your mat. Find a half lift, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose. And chest to thighs, reach it back. Float the arms all the way up, find that extended mountain pose. And then exhale, swan dive, take it all the way down. Find length halfway. Hands to the floor, step that left foot to the back of the mat, rise up, high lunge this time. Settle yourself in. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Next, inhale, taking those arms out wide, squeeze shoulder blades together. Exhale to press and round, chin to chest. Inhale, float the arms up. And exhale, open it up, warrior two. Flip it up and back, reverse. Right into side angle pose. Find those circles with that left arm to bring that left hand down towards the right foot. Back towards the back of the mat and back up. And take a few of those. This time, taking it up and back, reverse, straightening into your right leg. And then find that triangle pose, really drawing those hips towards the back of the mat. Right hand comes to the floor, to a shin, ankle, or block. Find that breath. Bring your left hand to your left waist. Let's start to find our way into that balanced half moon. So bending into your right knee, maybe walking that back foot in a little bit more to give yourself a little bit more room, a little bit more space to work with. Fingertips out to the right or use that block. Lift left leg up, float left arm high. We've been doing this all night. This time we're actually finding a little balance with it. Peel the body open towards the left. And then allow yourself to come back to the front of the mat, fold in. Find a half lift, inhale. Hands to the floor, step it back, downward dog, exhale. Let's roll it forward, plank pose. And find those waving spine ripples. And roll it forward into plank, pause, knees up or down, lower to your belly. You're gonna find that finger stand cobra, waving the heart, lift and inhale. Exhale, take it down. Twice more on your own. Use your breath. Find your own flow. Palms to the floor, tuck toes, lift up. Take it back, down dog. Pausing here, 3 full breaths. Knees to the floor. Take your knees super wide apart, big toes to touch. Settle it back in, child's pose. Maybe you bring your forehead to the floor. Maybe you stack two fists and place your head on top. Give yourself some space to rest and pause. Taking a moment here to scan through the body. Noticing how it feels. Breathing into the front, the sides, and the back of your body. Maybe taking the last two breaths here to tent into the fingertips. Maybe you get a little bit of stretch into the shoulders. And then plant your palms, if they were lifted up into the tenting of the fingers, and rise up onto all fours. Tabletop. Take another moment here to just find some movement. Find a little sway. We're going to get into the hips. Send your right leg straight back. Keep it lifted. Big breath. On your exhale, draw that right knee towards your right upper arm. Step it to the outside edge of your mat. Take the toes of your back foot, tuck them under, lift that back knee up, and just slide that left leg back a little bit. Give yourself some room here, lizard pose. You might have your hands on blocks, you might have your hands to the floor, wherever they are. Just take a moment here and just kind of calibrate into this movement, into the shape. So just start to maybe wiggle the hips from side to side, maybe take some circles. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and settle in, dropping hips. And taking a few breaths, allowing yourself to listen to how your body is responding to this shape before maybe going a little bit deeper. And as you continue to breathe and create a little bit of space, maybe you've dropped down onto hands if you were on blocks, maybe you're down onto forearms. Wherever you are, just pausing here for another 3 full breaths. And take another breath in. Let it go. Climb up onto the fingertips and start to walk this right foot more towards the center point of the mat. If you have blocks and you'd like to use them, you can frame that front foot with blocks or just bring your fingertips to the floor. Take a breath, full inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze into this low lunge. And then on your exhale, you're going to shift the hips back, half splits, just work that right leg towards straight. Find a little flow, rebend, inhale. Draw it back, exhale. One more time. Nice job, guys. Rebend into that right leg. Might move any props that you had out of the way, climb up, and then just keep that right foot traveling over, this time all the way to the left. Bring your hands to the ground, make your way into one-legged pigeon pose. So tuck the toes of that back foot, slide that left knee back. Maybe you take a pillow, a blanket, or a block, something might rest underneath your right hip. I want everyone to stay up onto their hands for the first few breaths here, just kind of settling in. And taking a few deep inhales and maybe finding those exhales out of the mouth. Next big inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, dive down. Maybe coming down onto the forearms, dropping head. Maybe you take something to rest up underneath your forehead. Again, maybe you have something underneath that right hip. Soften the face, soften the jaw. Where are you gripping? Where can you let go? Take another breath in. And another full breath out. If you had something underneath your right hip, go ahead and remove the prop. Climb up onto the hands. Come to sit down on that right hip. And then you're going to swing your left leg around to the front of the mat. Take a moment here to stretch that right leg long and just kind of shake it out a little bit. Maybe wiggle the feet, wiggle the legs side to side. And then keep that left leg stretched nice and long. Draw your right foot in towards that left inner thigh. A couple options here that you can do. You can stay facing forward, or you can turn your body towards that left leg, your choice. Wherever you are, reach those arms to the sky. Exhale, allow yourself to cascade over. Maybe left leg, maybe right through center. Let that left foot be soft. Let the toes be soft. Usually we root down through the heel, really press out through the ball of the foot, but I just want everything to be nice and loose. Drop your chin towards your chest. Allow your upper back to round. Maybe as you're in a particular shape, maybe you start to realize that you'd like to be in a different one. So maybe you were folding forward. Maybe you'd like to fold over your left leg instead, and vice versa. You're not locked into any particular pose. Again, finding a little space, a little length through the back of that left leg. Taking a few more breaths here. Start to rise all the way up, super slow motion. As you rise, lift those arms to the sky. Let's twist it open to the right. So right fingertips rest behind, left palm onto left to right knee. Opening up through the chest, maybe gazing out over the right shoulder. Tensing up into those right fingertips, only twisting as much as it feels okay in the body. And we're going to find that little baby rock star. So dropping that right palm to the floor, you're going to roll to the inside of your left foot and lift your hips Take this left arm up and over. Nice little back bend. Nice job, guys. Slowly lower the hips back down to the floor. You're going to slide this left leg back towards the back of the mat. Land into that one-legged pigeon for just a breath. Maybe climb up onto the fingertips and then bring the hands to the floor. You can come into maybe downward dog, maybe three-legged down dog. You can also come into tabletop pose and just wiggle the hips from side to side. Your choice. Beautiful options all around. Wherever you are, come back onto hands and knees, tabletop pose. And send your left leg straight to the back of the mat. On your exhale, drawing that left knee towards your left upper arm, stepping that foot to the outside edge of your mat. Tuck the back toes under, slide right knee back, give yourself some space as we come into lizard pose. Again, maybe you're wiggling, maybe you move, find a little settling in of the hips before coming to stillness. Whenever you're ready, there's no rush. Maybe let your eyes soften close. Maybe chin starts to drop towards the chest. Maybe a little stretch into the back of the neck. I always somehow continue to find movement in my lizard pose. So if that's the same for you, let it be. Maybe you're on the hands. If you were on blocks, maybe you're down onto forearms, or you're in some other shape. Wherever you are, 3 more breaths. Let's take this last breath as a collective, full inhale through the nose. Sigh it out, exhale. And start to shift hips back just a tiny bit as you start to climb up and just heel toe that left foot towards center point of your mat. Maybe grab blocks or maybe just frame that front foot with your hands wherever you are, drop in. And then exhale, find those half splits. Left leg works straight, toes point up towards the sky. Find a little flow. Straightening into that left leg and re-bending in. And then maybe moving those props out of the way. Starting to heel toe that left foot towards the right side of your mat and landing in that one-legged pigeon pose. Sliding right leg all the way back. So lift up that knee and just slide the leg towards the back. So no unnecessary strain needed on that kneecap. So let's stay up onto the fingertips, onto the hands. Few breaths, just allowing yourself to settle in. Maybe you have a prop underneath your left hip, blanket, a pillow. And then maybe you stay up onto the hands, or you start to allow yourself to settle and sink. Sleeping swan. Continue to find your breath, letting it move through your whole body, crown of the head all the way through to your feet. Big inhale. Let it go, exhale. Rise all the way back up. If you had anything underneath that left hip, go ahead and remove it. Come to sit on that left hip and swing this right leg all the way around to the front. Stretch the left leg out nice and long. Just shake them out. Maybe shake the feet. And then bring your left foot to your right inner thigh. And again, just like before, you can fold to the front. You can fold over your right leg. So you choose, letting those arms float. Exhale, cascade yourself down. Allow everything to be heavy. The right foot be soft. Take another inhale here. And another exhale. And start to rise all the way up, letting those arms float to the sky. Let's twist it open to the left. Right hand on top of left knee. Left fingertips tent behind you. Sit up nice and tall. And really twist as deep as it feels good in the body. Starting to find that little baby rock star. So dropping left palm, roll to the inside of your right foot, lifting hips. Take that right arm up and over, and that back bend. And allow your hips to settle back down. Turn back towards the front and then slide that right leg back. Find that one-legged pigeon pose. Just a breath. Climbing up onto the fingertips. And then maybe coming back into a tabletop all fours, or maybe finding three-legged down dog. Bending the knee, rolling the hip open. We're finding another shape that feels good in the body. And then wherever you are, dropping down onto all fours, big toes touch, knees super wide apart, settle it back, child's pose. Taking these last few breaths, maybe tenting into the fingertips. A little stretch into the shoulders. Really dropping the chest down towards the ground. And then plant your palms and start to climb back up. Now sit back onto your heels. Settle your arms in your lap, palms face up. Taking this time once again to scan through the body, crown of the head, that space in between your brows, neck, shoulders, into the chest, belly, hips, pelvis, all the way down through the legs, ankles, feet, toes. And then from here, you can take your hands back behind you onto the floor, or you can bring your hands to your low back. We're not fully coming into camel, but we're going to get a little stretch to the tops of the thighs. So you decide where it feels the most comfortable for you to start to kind of pull yourself back. Maybe fingertips to the floor. And then just start to lift the chest up towards the sky. Feel like you have like a ball or a grapefruit underneath your chin before starting to kind of send the head back. So find a little control here and then fully let go. Maybe you start to come down onto palms if you were on fingertips. Your head, a little bit of support. You can stay here if you'd like, or if you know that you can come all the way down, maybe coming down onto the forearms, or maybe having something behind you for a little support, like a pillow or a couple blankets. Otherwise, just stay exactly where you are. Find a little engagement in the belly so that we're not dumping into the low back. We're really going to be here for another breath or two. And then slowly start to make your way back up. Reach those arms high overhead. Take the arms out wide, T-shape. Round it out. Fingertips touch. Inhale, arms float to the sky. Cactus, arms back behind you, squeeze shoulders. Round the upper back. Arms float to the sky. Hands to the ground. Make your way back into that tabletop shape. Tuck toes. Send hips back towards heels. Find a brief little active child's pose. Rocking side to side. And then crawling towards the front of your mat. Cross your ankles, start to make your way onto your back. No fancy way to get there, just allow yourself to settle in. Drawing your knees in towards your chest once you arrive. Rocking from side to side. Take a few breaths. And then drop your right foot to the floor. Cross your left ankle on top of your right thigh, just pressing your left knee away, and just find a sway from side to side. Left foot to the floor. Cross right ankle on top of left thigh, pressing right knee away. Just find that little rock from side to side. Get a little massage through the low back. And then bring the knees in towards your chest. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall out wide. So you're in like a little butterfly shape. Hands can come to the knees, the backs of the knees, maybe the ankles. You can stay here, just letting the knees fall out. Or you can start to open yourself up into happy baby pose, shining the soles of the feet up towards the sky, finding a little rock. And slowly release. Let your legs stretch out nice and long, super slow, lower. Take a moment here to find that scan of the body. And then allow yourself to settle in. Letting your feet fall out to either side. Starting to drop everything into the earth. Low back, middle back, upper back, back of the head. Fully supported. Whole body is heavy, open, and relaxed. Slowly allow your breath to deepen. Start to wiggle fingers and toes. Circle wrists and circle ankles. Reach your arms up and overhead, full body stretch, spreading fingers, spreading toes, pressing everything into the earth. And then one at a time, drawing your knees in towards your chest, give them a squeeze, rock from side to side. And a little massage in your low back. And eventually letting that rock roll you over onto your right side. Taking one final moment here to feel the integration of your practice throughout your whole body. And then in your own breath and your own movements, keeping your eyes closed, slowly start to press yourself back up to seated. Merging your palms together. Bow your chin to your noble heart, honoring both the light and dark parts within. Thank yourself for stepping onto your mat this evening to move, to breathe, to connect, to feel gratitude for this breath, for this body. Let's take another inhale breath together. Side out, let it go. Slowly start to blink, open your eyes, let the room come into focus. And together we say, Namaste.